Welcome guys to the channel Techno Space, and here is your host Arvind Kumar. So today we will continue the class of the .NET tutorial. So in the previous class we have gone through that how can we write our code on the Visual Studio and some basic intro of the .NET. So today we will start with the OOPS concepts, and we will understand that what are classes and objects. So, like object-oriented programming concept, it has some pillars like object, class, polymorphism, encapsulation, inheritance, abstractions, as you can see on my screen. So, these are the basic pillars actually. So, today that we will understand about that what is the object and what is class. So, basically, in a very simple language, I would like to define that what is class. So, class is nothing but it's just like a blueprint. And what is the object? That object is that we create an instance of the class. So it is a entity, it is a runtime entity that we can say. Okay, so object is a runtime entity and it is created at the runtime. So object is an instance of a class. So what is the actual meaning of that when we are saying that this is the instances of the class? So it means that when any instance is created of any class, so it means that all the members of the class can be accessed through the object. So what all the properties and behavior class has, the same behavior and properties can be accessible by just creating the object. So we will understand this. So to understand this, that we will go to the Visual Studio first of all to write our code. And so let's open our Visual Studio. So here you can see on my screen that we have some libraries using systems. So all the unnecessary libraries that I have already removed because these are not very much required for Node. And we have the class program. So this is the class, and in this class itself that I would like to define some properties, uh, like some variables I would like to declare here. Suppose that int, and for an example, that if I'm taking some name, like suppose that num num, and in a string, that is the name. Okay, so these two variables that I have declared, now in the same class that I'm creating in an object here. So how can I create my object? How can I uh, make my object of this class? So you just like write your name of the class, like program, and then you can give the object name. For example, your object name is obj. It can be any name. It is not static. And by using the new keyword, you just create your object here like this way. Okay, so it is very simple, and here that you can access now your object that is ready, and now you can access the properties of the class. So for the one property was num, so in the num that you if you want to declare, you can declare your number. And your second property was name. Okay, so these properties that you have accessed by using the object, and here that you can give the name. If it is in a string, that in string that you can give, right? Okay, and suppose that if you want to, now you can write here object name, and the second property was object dot number. Okay, and console dot read or read line. Okay, so like this way that I have written my code. So now you can run this code, and you can see the output on the console. So to run our code, I would like to recommend that first of all you need to build the code first of all, so that you can see the output clearly. Okay, so just you can build your code for, so make, so why I am always recommend to build the code before it running, because you can see that if any syntax error or any issue that you occurred in the code, so that you can remove it. So it build already, it has started. So now we can see that if is there any error in the code or not. Now our build is succeeding, so it means that there is no error in the code. Now we can run our code to see the output. So on the console that we will see our output, that what the input that we have given, the same that it should be presented in the console. So now you can see that on the console that we have got our output Arvind Kumar and 100. So it means that our program was correct. So now we understood that the one method, that in the same class that we can call this object. In the similar way that we can create the another class also. For an example, if I am creating my class ABC, okay. So in ABC class, we suppose that uh, if I would like to declare the same declaration here, okay. And now what I can do, you can see, because these are not in the class program, that's why that we are getting this error. So now what we can do, we can create the another object of this class, the first class ABC, okay. And one more thing that you need to remember, that in the another class you only can, only you can access the data members when this class is public, otherwise it is not possible. So here you can see that I have declared the I have written the code public class ABC, so it means that this class is public. And when we are writing the public class, so these data members also will, it should be, these should be public, like public int num and public string. So we will understand that what is the meaning of the public in the access modifiers in the so now you can see that our code is correct because there is no issue found. So always remember that only public class, and where we have the public data members, only those members that can be accessible by using the object. Okay. So in the same, if we want to try the same code to run, that it can give the same output which we have seen already. Okay. So now that we also just want to try it. So first of all, the code will be built up, and then it will be shown on the console application, the output. So here you can see that we have the same output which we have gone through in the previous. Now in the another example that I would like to show you, that how can we write our program where we are initializing and displaying the object through the methods. So how can we do that? Suppose that in this class, that if I want a method, so always remember that only public method can be accessible. So public and void and method name. Suppose that you want to insert the data, insert, and you can pass the parameters also here, like int I and string n. So these two parameters that you have declared here in this method, and now you can write the body of the method. But before it, that whatever the data will come in the int I, that it will be passed in the num. So num is equal to I and name to n. Okay, so like this way that you can insert your data by using the method, and another method also you can write of the to display the data. So you can display this data by using this method. So we do not need any parameters here because we have done it in the insert method. And now here that you can uh, get the output. Suppose that num plus and name. Okay, so you have two methods here. So how now, by using the object, how can you uh, insert the data? So here that we will see, we have created the object, it is already created, and by this object, now yes, obj, and now in the you have the insert method. So you will see the insert method here. Yes, it has the insert method. So in insert method, you can now assign the parameters like your name. Okay, this way, and then you can call the display method also. Display. Okay, so by calling this display method here, your code is ready now, because these methods were accessible because of this public keyword, and you created this object, and by using this object you have inserted this 101 and another. So what is the logic? Like that in this method, so these two parameters we have assigned, and if this is the parameters type method, so these 101 will come in this and the name, and these are already assigned in the data field members. So these are the data field members. So in the num and name, the name will be assigned by using the insert method, and after that we are calling this display method. So you can understand that first of all we are calling this insert method, after that we are calling this display method, right? So like this way, this code will run. So we can see that, okay, first of all, we will build the solution to see that if we have the error or not in the code. Yes, so build was succeeded. Now that we can run our code to see the output on the console application. Yes, so it is 101 and error, right? So it means that we have our code was correct, and now we have understand that what is the logic of the creating the class and how we can create the object, what all the properties and methods that and behavior that we can call by using this object. So all properties and behaviors are accessible in the same class also and in the another class also by using this uh, object. But remember that these should be public, right? If these are not public, that it cannot be accessible. It can be accessible by the another way also by using the inheritance, but we will understand in the another classes. So that was all for today. Have a nice day. Bye bye.